I proposed a thought exercise yesterday that I think is really interesting that I would be curious to hear your thoughts about. And people took it very literally, like I was asking for business advice, and that was not the case. It was actually more to talk about how sometimes these like liberal ideas are not as compassionate as they appear to be. So I have been pretty liberal in my ideas of how I run my business economically. And with that, as I bring people into my organization, I have decided that I'm going to pay them very well. So I have one employee, one independent contractor. I pay them very well. I pay them above like a livable wage. And that is something that I wanted to set out to do. But I don't know if that's actually the most compassionate route because what has happened now is I'm at a point where I have a lot of little mundane tasks in my day that I have to do every single day that I have to take on that nobody else can really do. And I could teach somebody else how to do it. But if I have to pay them like 25, $30 an hour, I'm not gonna pay that much for it. I will just continue to struggle and do it myself because it's not that serious right now to fill that role. However, if there's somebody out there that's willing to do it for $12 an hour, I'd be willing to pay that amount. But this idea of like needing to pay somebody a livable wage is so stuck in my head that I'm not offering that job to anybody, even though there might be somebody out there that's willing to take it. So is it more compassionate for me to just hold all this money for myself and not offer any jobs because I have this idea in my head that I need to pay somebody a full livable wage if I'm going to bring them into my organization? Or is it more compassionate to just offer the job at whatever I can afford right now, even if it is only $10 an hour or $12 an hour? Give somebody that's willing to take that job an opportunity and then also create like a growth platform for them to, make more money in the future. What's the more ethical outcome here? And this can be applied to the idea of minimum wage. It can be applied to the idea of unpaid internships. It really might not be the most, ethical and compassionate thing to for me as a business owner to just hold on to all my money and not offer a job to somebody that I can't afford at $12 an hour because I'm waiting longer to be able to afford somebody at $30 an hour. But people haven't taken time a lot of times, I think, to think through these real world applications of some of these different principles.